Well, this is interesting. It's really interesting now. Jesus Christ. I think this is the last one that we're gonna give it. Oh, Jesus. Too many problems today. Too many problems today. Too many problems to be dealing with this. Oh boy. Yeah, that sucks. The stream dropped down what, twice? Twice in one stream? Like what? Ah, that's the worst. Today's just not a good day. Today is just not a good day. But at least this thing is starting soon. Hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, today's just not a good day for me. If it goes down one more time, I don't think it's gonna come back up. The stream for today. I go check out what's wrong, and hopefully for tomorrow we'll be ready to go just like we were the other days, where the stream wasn't dropping like every 30 minutes or so. But for now, we have just, I don't know, we're just gonna pray to Bungie. Hopefully we'll be able to watch the entire stream without anything happening. But in case it does, you guys could just go somewhere else, I guess. Yeah, that sucks that we lost everybody. Really sucks that we lost everybody. Nah, hey, that's just how the things go. Yeah, you need the DLC. What the? Oh, we're gonna start with the trailer. Oh, it's the one that we saw already, with the one with the shotty and 3-tap. Year 2 combat stream.
Good morning, and whether you're watching us from Twitch or YouTube, welcome to Bungie TV. I'm Deej, and I'll be your host for this combat reveal stream. I'd like to introduce you to my co-hosts, who are designers from our sandbox team.
It's true.
This is true, is it not? Good morning, how are you?
Good morning, I'm very good. How are you?
Good, glad to have all three of you here.
It looks like we're gonna start with a bit of talking, and then probably they're gonna move into the actual show part of it.
How you doing?
What do you want to know?
I want to know what you do at Bungie.
Oh, I drink some coffee, and I go to meetings, and I try and keep these guys happy and on task, which is really a struggle.
Every team needs a good leader.
That's right.
You're dressing yourself
I'm
down,
an okay
but
leader.
I think what you do is important.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
I also worked on mods, and I worked on the ammo model, so I did real work for like a very limited run.
Okay.
What?
Claude Jerome.
Hello.
Taking a break from your honeymoon. There you go. Look at that. Show us the shiny new hardware right there. Look at that.
There it is.
This man wanted to talk to you so much about the state of combat in year 2 that he is actually taking a break from his honeymoon. Arrived on set 10 whole minutes ago. So
approved
Damn.
by the missus.
Approved by the missus.
That's good. It's a good start.
Unrehearsed. What did you have for breakfast?
Oh, I had cake for breakfast.
Yeah,
There's
so,
a lot
yeah,
of
you're
cake,
just
so
basking in the
yeah,
glow
it's pretty
of
delicious.
brand new matrimony. What is your what's your specialty at Bungie on the sandbox design team?
So I'm a sandbox designer. I work on the abilities team, basically making all the new supers and all the new perks that we're going to show here.
Oh,
right.
okay. Also, they're gonna actually
Great.
show some
Hey.
perks.
How's it going?
Good. Glad to have you in one of the hot seats. Talk to us about your role on the sandbox design team and your specific contributions to the state of combat in the second year of Destiny 2.
Yeah, pretty much all the Forsaken weapons have gone through my hand in some way. Sometimes I'll just poke at it a little bit, though. But yeah, I'm the sandbox designer working on weapons.
All right. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how the arrival of Destiny 2 Forsaken and the beginning of Year 2 is going to change the way we all fight. The changes in weapon balance.
He looks a bit nervous in the
changes
end.
in abilities.
Well, he said he
some
does
of
have all
the
these people
features
watching.
that will allow you to configure the way you play are going to be available to all players of Destiny 2. Some of these changes will even arrive before Forsaken on August 28th. And what we want to do is give you a pre-mission briefing so that you can start thinking right now about how you might be configuring your Guardian so that it's a good reflection of how you are as a player. With that, Josh, talk to me a little bit about what are the overarching goals? When you take a look at Destiny 2 Year 2, what were your goals in approaching the work that you and your team did together to make a new combat meta?
Yeah, I think we looked at Year 1 and saw what people were saying and thinking and how the game was being played and kind of what we were seeing happen with the game.
Sweet team
and so we
meta,
came out
right?
with one thing we wanted to do is give players more options for them to specifically tweak and tune their loadout to play the way they want to play. I'm front lines. I'm in the air quite a bit, right? I play for speed and efficiency, which means I die a lot. But in those regards, like I wanted tools to be able to tweak that play style to play the way I play, right?
Let people embrace a specific role.
Exactly.
In combat.
Versus COD, who plays poorly and slow. So he has different mods.
I play poorly and slow.
I mostly use grenade launchers.
Yeah, I'm a support player. I love my Rift, and everybody gets a little gun buddy over their shoulder.
Yeah,
That's the way I play.
And then we wanted to.
Friends.
No, you haven't missed much. They're just getting
we
into it.
We wanted the game to be interesting for longer, and so that means things like the drops you're getting. We want it to be special and fun. Every time you see something hit your screen, you want to be like, "Ooh, what is that?" Right? We want to bring that moment back.
Your 10th better devils, if you will.
Exactly.
Hey, the 10th better devils.
To still be as exciting as the first better devils, because it could be the best devils. It could be. And then as well, kind of doing the same thing with the meta. We didn't want the meta to get stale as quickly, and so one of the nice things, those kind of work in concert. And so if you deliver one, then the meta stays fresh for longer because everybody's rotating through different things.
The more players discover the perfect combination of these different elements, the more they may shift their fighting style, the more they may adapt to each other.
Exactly, and because it's a long, slow rollout, right? Then it's it slowly changes the landscape over time. And then the last huge thing, and the thing we'll talk about most today, is we wanted to bring back even more hero moments, and doing that specifically through increased skill gap. Like we wanted to make the game.
Do I hear an increased skill gap?
Not harder to play, but certainly we wanted to make the game in the right hands be special and insane to watch, right? We wanted the people who are best at the game to shine, and for people to look at those people and say like, how did you do that? Right? I want that. That's what I want, and both in the way that the tweaks they made to their loadout, the abilities they're choosing to run, the armor they're choosing to run, the weapons they're choosing to run, and just the way that they play the game. So yeah.
Now, Claude, we have how many new supers in Forsaken?
So we added 9.
I think I chose mine.
We added 9 new supers. So basically, we wanted to add a lot more variety to the way you can customize your existing subclasses because we felt like we wanted to make everyone have a new way to play. Basically, that was our main goal. And so we added new supers and associated perks for each of those supers as well.
So even if players do not join us in the Tangled Shore for this new adventure in Forsaken, but we certainly hope that you do. But if you just come along with us into the adventures of Year 2 without being a player of Forsaken, they're still going to find some changes to the existing subclasses that they know and love.
Yeah, so because when we changed the customization options for weapons, it basically meant that lethality was going to change as well. And so abilities needed to react to all the weapon changes, and so that you could have a lot of viable options to counter a player that's coming at you with guns that are more lethal as well. And so grenades changed. Supers had to get more reliable in a bunch of different ways, and so we looked at faster. And so we looked at a bunch.
Oh,
of
they made the supers faster. What?
Currently, bumped them up, and then looked at the ones that were underperforming relative to the new sandbox, and started to tweak them here and there.
Yep.
And so a lot of the existing perks and melee abilities and grenades and stuff got changed to help react to all the lethality changes.
Okay. We'll see a lot more evidence of those sorts of things when we actually take to the Crucible for a live fire exercise. Talk about a man that knows his craft. Not a single moment of rehearsal. Okay, you're doing fine. You're doing fine. Stomach full of cake, heart full of love.
That's right.
So, Greg, we're doing a lot of telling.
True,
we're doing a lot of talking about how we've changed the sandbox. Let's show them shall we?
Yeah, let's go to it.
You have a controller in your hand. You're going to be the driver. And we have a Warlock up on screen.
Yep.
Is that your Warlock?
No, it is not my Warlock. This is a
It's a nice looking Warlock, though.
facsimile.
This is a dev environment, so
A doppelganger.
for those of you watching, you might see some things that you won't completely understand. You'll see some things that aren't completely finished. You might even see some, elements of the UI either here or in game that might not look entirely finished. But that's what we do when we bring you into our creative process. So, Greg, show us what's different and
Yeah,
exciting.
let's start out by talking about slots. So
Okay.
as you notice, we still have the 3-slot system: kinetic, energy, and power.
Yep.
So the paradigm still lies that kinetic weapons go in the first slot, energy type weapons go in the second slot, and
that a grenade
power
launcher
weapons
Rampage?
go in the third slot. However, you'll notice that next to the light level of the weapon now is a little ammo icon that says primary or special or heavy. So basically what we've done is we've turned what ammo a weapon takes into an attribute of the weapon rather than tying it to the slot, which means that in the kinetic slot, we can run both primary and special weapons. The same with the energy slot, primary and special weapons. And in the heavy slot, in the power slot, you can only run heavy weapons.
Yep.
So if you take a look through this lovely menagerie of weapons we have here, here we have a shotgun. Here we have a hand cannon, a bow. A bow is
A
also
bunch of
going to
better
be a
devils.
primary weapon.
Brand new archetype for players of Forsaken only.
Some
rangefinder.
varieties of better devils here. Pulse rifle, sniper rifle. And here in the energy slot, we have also shotguns, bows, snipers, and not featured here, fusion rifles as well, and also trace rifles. We actually upgraded trace rifles to a special ammo, which means that they will be doing more damage in year 2.
Ooh, nice.
So here
That
in
cohort got better.
the power slot, we have grenade launchers. We have...
Is that all grenade launchers, Greg?
No, actually, we've also created, we've also changed some of the single shot grenade launchers into using special ammo as well. So they will also do a different damage than the heavy grenade launchers.
And did you touch them to fit appropriately?
They will
in their
fit
slots?
appropriately.
Yeah.
Thank you
Rocket
forever.
launchers, swords, and linear fusion rifles.
So it's not just a matter of crazy free-for-all, just use any weapon in any slot. You've curated this, you've taken a look at this from a perspective of how can we still create some semblance of balance and order, but you're giving us more options. Is that kind of an accurate summary of how the weapon slots are changing?
Absolutely. I mean, we want to let you play the way you want to play. If you want to play a D1 loadout, play a D1 loadout. If you want to play a D2
That thing
loadout,
has
play
bots
a D2
breeding?
loadout. You want
A
those
linear?
options to be available.
Yeah. But if you're crazy,
If you're crazy,
you can roll 3 shotguns.
you sure can.
Or
That's
grenade
right.
launchers.
Or grenade launchers. That's right. There are a couple of rolls like that you can run 3 weapons with.
Don't miss.
The flow of ammunition on the battlefield has always been one of the ways that we've been able to kind of control the flow of combat and how these fights spin out in real time. How is that changing in year 2, or how have these new design decisions impacted the way that works?
Yeah, so what we found is we knew we wanted to change slots. We heard all the feedback. We ourselves had been playing with it. What we didn't want to do was just roll back. We felt like we could do something more interesting, which you're getting to see here today, and we're super happy with the way that this started to play.
Doctor.
What we realized in a hurry was that the weapon ammo model was certainly going to have to change to support this, and then later, as we'll talk about, that also rolls right downhill into then that needs to change lethality as well, and then lethality rolls further downhill, and that means that needs to change abilities, et cetera, which we'll cover all today. As far as the ammo model goes, though, what we realized was we wanted to support players actually playing the way they wanted to play. We didn't want to make a promise and then say but you can't really do it, right? Like in super special circumstances. For sure, if you play 3 of the same weapon or even 2 specials, you're going to have a harder time on your hands keeping ammo in than if you are running dual primaries, which is obviously the easiest thing to keep up with ammo. But then the game will feed you fine if you're running a D1 style loadout or a mirror D1 style loadout. Okay. But the cool thing is that as long as you're, like, for example, in PvP, which we'll show you in just a little bit, you do respawn with ammo, including special ammo. And so you're always being fed ammo to keep you playing. And so even in the case of running dual specials, like you're going to be in the game, you're going to be playing, you're going to be able to do stuff. And I think we're going to see some of our better players, run the gauntlet of being able to run maximum special weapons and heavy weapons and stay afloat and even like run into their advantage.
They may even surprise you.
They may even
like they do. Greg, I can see that on this specific character, you've got some duplicates of the same weapon.
I do.
Why would you do that?
Well,
Hey,
as we have
doubles.
announced previously,
All right, we're gonna
random
see all
rolls
the
are
perks.
back.
Random rolls are back.
Let's delve into this menagerie of better devils.
Let's
That's
roll.
the
Let's
second
go
use of
down.
menagerie.
Let's go
That's
inside.
pretty good. Word of the day.
It's a good word,
What is
menagerie.
it? Menagerie.
If you don't know the definition of the word menagerie, look it up. It's fun.
So here we have a better devils with Zen Moment, Outlaw, Tactical Mag, Steady Rounds, and a variety of pretty sweet sights.
Did you say a
Now,
menagerie?
I would say this is pretty good devils.
Yeah,
Pretty good
Pretty
devils.
good devils.
Yeah, pretty good devils.
It's not a bad devil.
It's not a bad devils, right?
Do you have a better devils?
Wow.
I think I might have a better devil.
Jesus.
That's a good
I
question.
might.
This feels rehearsed.
Actually, it's not. It's not. We did not rehearse that joke in
Doing it
advance.
live. Ooh.
Here's a pretty spicy devil.
It's like a hot sauce.
Kind of a.
It's like a hot sauce. Yeah.
This one's got hip fire grip, moving target, also tactical mag and steady rounds. You know what? I think I have got a best devil.
A best
I
devil?
think I might have a best
Show
devil.
me your
Better
best
than that.
devils.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Let's look at his best
I
devil.
don't know, Greg.
All right.
Isn't that what you just picked? Okay. there we
Promising a
go.
lot of things here.
Oh, what about this one?
Ooh.
Explosive payload,
Oh man,
range
Ooh,
finder,
rangefinder. I've heard of that one.
drop mag,
pretty good.
and the crossfire.
Ooh, the crossfire.
Pretty good. Pretty good. This might be. I think this is the best devils of all the lot.
Yeah.
Now
So that whole perk set there has been randomized.
Yes. Every single time a better devils drops in the crucible, it's going to have a different role.
It could be a better devil.
Yeah.
It could be the best.
How else can you modify this weapon?
Well, we have this thing here, which is the masterwork.
One
So,
weapon, one range.
of course, previous masterwork system went from 1 to 5, so you
Yep.
basically get somewhat of like a 5% bonus at the max.
Yep.
We have now made masterwork go all the way to 10
For weapons.
for weapons.
Yep.
So, which means that you can actually get a 10% range boost on this better devils if you level it up.
Gotcha.
Make
Okay.
an even better devils.
An even better devils.
And it's not just 1 to 5 to 10. It's a 10-point scale, and you can upgrade it and upgrade it. And,
keep on going.
yep.
Keep on going.
Okay.
And what's the biggest impact when you're upgrading this? What stats are
Wait,
you manipulating? What
did
are
you just get more
what's
stuff?
the benefit that you're getting from this weapon? Just to call it out and explain it in very specific terms.
So for hand cannons, there's a subset of stats that you can masterwork. Range, stability, handling, reload. We actually, so because we're going through more of a leveling type system now, we moved the magazine masterwork to now it is a mod, which I will show you next. Is the new and improved mod system.
Oh, there it is.
Whoa.
There it is. Max
Now,
level.
you've got a new column over there too.
I do.
Tell
Got
us
some
more.
cool kill trackers.
Oh, the kill trackers.
Okay.
And you can switch
Okay,
between
cool.
I can
them.
choose here.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
for free.
That's amazing.
So here we have the empty mod socket, and as you can see, the damage type mods are gone. However, we've replaced it with this plethora of drastically game-changing mods.
Menagerie.
Menagerie.
Menagerie of mods.
Yeah.
So they don't just manipulate your energy type. They're actually going to have a tactical impact on the way you fight.
Yes.
Right. This is what we were talking about in the first goal about being able to tweak your playstyle. This is one of the examples of being able to do that. And so,
Screenshot.
exactly. A bunch of people, we've talked about, and we're excited about the in-air accuracy mod that you can apply. There's a quick radar return mod that you can apply. Yeah, all things to to make the game play a little more the way that you play.
And how do I acquire these mods?
They are going to drop in the weapon on the weapon. However, you're
What?
like, oh, but how am I going to get them out of the weapon once they're in the weapon?
Tell us, Greg.
Well, so here we have that pretty good Devils with the major spec mod on it. And I will shard it.
Dismantle
and
it.
Behold, there is the major spec mod now.
There you go.
Oh, okay.
So it
Okay.
drops
Taking
into your
it out.
bank, and
Interesting.
you can use that on any weapon.
No
So
gun
you can
spiffs
choose.
required.
So you can get a weapon with a random roll that you're like, this is an okay roll, I'm going to keep it. You can get a weapon with a roll that you're like, this isn't as good. But it had a mod on it, and then you nuke the weapon, and now you have a copy of the mod.
Eco-friendly mods.
Eco-friendly mods, that's right.
We all use different words for dismantling weapons. He shards, you nuke.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah,
Okay.
it's very powerful.
It's all the same activity, though. All right, now let's see. Let me take a look. Random rolls, perks, mods. Anything else you want to cover about the weapons specifically?
The weapon system does
It
look a
seems
lot.
like it runs the
a
gamut,
lot.
yeah?
No light level.
Pretty much.
Better.
No light level on the mods now.
Oh, yeah,
true.
that
So
went
it's
away.
No,
Yep.
it's just about
just a s-
tactical gain. It's
Yep.
just about configuring
Simple
it.
choice. We wanted to make your customization deeper, but also make the game a little bit simpler to understand.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah. So loot drops can be more interesting over time. The combat meta can evolve and change over time as people discover more interesting combinations. This looks promising. When you make these changes, though, if you make the slightest change to anything in Destiny, we've got this crazy sandbox that impacts a menagerie of activities. People are going to use this new weapon system on everything from a final raid boss to the people that they meet in the Crucible.
Yep.
And when you start making these changes, it impacts every other system in the game. It's like if the
Yes.
game is like an organism. If I give you a bigger heart, you're going to need a more robust circulatory system. So, like,
That's a nice looking scout
translate
rifle.
a
Jeez.
metaphor like that into the work you do. When you start playing around with weapon slots and when you start playing around with ammunition flow and different perks to make people more lethal, how does that impact everything, and what other changes did you have to make in order to keep up?
Yeah, it's kind of surprising the amount of things that touches when you start to change it. So like I said, we started with slots. We knew we wanted to change it, so we changed that, and we got ourselves into a position where it was okay. We either affect ammo. Well, we got to build a new ammo system regardless. So we build a new ammo system to work with the slots, and then you either give out a ton of ammo so that people have enough uptime, because we felt strongly that we're going to promise this system, and then people are going to get in and they're going to feel like they don't get a chance to play. So that either means you give out more ammo, or you just deal with that, and we didn't feel like that was the right call. So we gave out more ammo, we gave you more uptime for those special weapons.
All right.
When you do that, that means more people are running around with special weapons, and then that means those who don't have special weapons are suddenly dead to rights all the time.
Oh no, what happened?
Right? Like, you can't compete.
Okay, there you go.
And so that has
It's
an
only for a
obvious
second.
impact on lethality. And so we pushed down this road. We got to that point where we realized, like, we've got to give more ammo. This is right there. If we just are delivering on this, it's going to be great. It's going to be the thing that we promised it would be. It will be enjoyable.
Yeah.
But that means making a call to go ahead and change lethality. And so Greg was like, "Hey, I got an idea. I'm gonna slam up precision damage, and let's see how that plays." And we're like, "Okay, let's do it. Check it in. Why not? Let's go for it." And so we checked it in, and we played it. And it's been tweaked a lot since then, as Greg can talk about. But the idea totally worked, right?
Yeah.
We're like, "Oh yeah, this is better. This is what we need to do."
If I like to play with an auto rifle, or if someone out there likes to play with a hand cannon, and all of a sudden we've got all these shotguns and all these grenade launchers moving further up into the weapon slots where you're going to see them more often.
Yep.
I'm not just going to get overrun and now my auto rifle's worthless.
No.
But you're putting the requirement on me to evolve. I now have to embrace precision fighting, because I'll tell you, I don't. Like, what did we say before? We play slow and bad and dumb.
We take our time.
We take our time. I
time.
get it
We
right. I
try to have
aim
fun.
for center mass. There's more to hit there. So in order to have the greater time to kill, it's about headshots. Yeah?
It is, or you play smart and you don't get hit as often.
Yeah,
We
well,
take our
yeah,
time.
come on. Yeah. Let's keep our options within the realm of reason.
Exactly. So most of that damage, which, as we'll talk to, went into precision. So yes, you will want to.
Why is this happening now? The stream just died? Because I have these 2 streams open. Looks like the other one's still fine. Huh. He's the one that you guys can actually see is dead. That's interesting.
To learn to precision shoot to keep up.
That is very, very interesting. No, I'm missing all the stuff. Yup, the stream just died. Rip Bungo. Oh, the Twitch chat is freaking out. The stream got nerfed. Oh, now we gotta watch another ad. It was getting good. I know. They. I know.
Play the private data
Oh, I
first
hear
on
myself.
PS4.
Particularly, just like non-supers, basically, is we went back to 2-hit melees. So two melee hits will kill a guardian.
Okay.
So
Hey, 2-hit melees!
There's a whole lot of
That's the last thing we got.
2
implications
melees,
there.
3 shots.
We missed
to
a
the
couple
head,
things.
Yeah.
You know,
so
it's,
things
yeah.
start moving faster again, and so you need to start thinking about your positioning a little bit better. You need to start thinking about your choices a little bit better, because it's going to be a lot more chaotic, a lot more hectic, a lot fast-paced combat. And so, once we went to 2-hit melee, a lot of things that already exist were sort of tuned around 2-hit melee, or 3-hit melee rather.
Before you go into this, like I think that's an excellent example of as I think everybody can start to see, like every decision we make, like even like, a lot of them you can predict, right? But it's like, if we do this, that means we're suddenly doing this, right? And if we do that, are we gonna have to do this? And so we play it to find out, because you don't. Sometimes it surprises you. You're like, oh, it turns out this is fine.
Sure.
And
In the case
sometimes we won't find it. Like it's a risk, but it's worth taking. I think. Still.
And so when we changed 2-hit melee, we predicted, and then end up changing. But where Claude's going next? I'll let you finish. Tell me more, Claude.
So there's a bunch of stuff like in D2 launch that we tuned around the whole 3-hit melee model, where we said nothing would instantly evaporate you, but in a 2-hit melee world, there needs to be some power spikes, and those power spikes started to become things like shoulder charge again. So all the shoulder charge mechanics, shield bash, hammer strike, all the ones that are basically, you go out in the third person, you punch someone, those are going to now one hit. And so those guys are back to their previous place, taking out guardians.
Beware the Titans.
Beware of the Titans.
The Titans are gonna one hit
similarly,
again.
we looked at a bunch of the perks.
Fucking
that
everybody.
affected, damage, like grenade, like Voidwalker's charge grenades also deal more damage now, for instance. Basically anything that was promising damage increases, we need to reevaluate in this new world of lethality.
Yeah. And then my personal favorite, which we haven't touched on, we've only teased a little bit, is tether. Right?
Yeah. So that's a good example of one of the supers that needed to change to sort of become more reliable in this new world as well. And so we had a bunch of ideas what we could do with Night Stalker in general for some of the feedback we've gotten around how Shadow Shot is unreliable. And
Shadow
we wanted
sucks.
to evaluate them in sequence. And one of the things that we found pretty early on was that tether actually isn't as reliable as it needs to be. It's not finding guys as frequently, like people are passing through it, they're not getting tethered fast enough, that kind of thing. And so we basically found a way to increase the, I'll call it search frequency that the tether can activate on. And so now it's like, it's fast. It'll find
brutal.
you. It will find
you're not
you.
making it through anymore.
It will find you.
That's terrible news. So
we
what about
tested
my
what the
Stormcaller? What'd you do to my Stormcaller?
Oh, yeah, Stormcaller. So Storm Trance, we also upped the lethality of that. So that's basically going to zap guys down faster.
Okay, forgive me. I mean, you're gunslinger actual. What'd you do to Golden Gun?
Golden Gun. Man, you found all the stuff. Okay, that's good. so Golden
We had a few
Gun-
rehearsals
Yeah.
while you were out eating cake.
So Golden Gun.
Freaking cake
So
eater.
good. We'll come back to that because there's so many flavors. All right, so Golden Gun got a little bit more time. So in this new world of
more
fast-paced
time.
action, we wanted you to have the ability to sort of more carefully choose your targets, and so we gave all Golden Gun versions a couple more seconds, so literally 2 more seconds, to run around with your one-shot Golden Gun and just evaporate guys. Similarly, Throwing Knife came up in damage to match the new 2-hit melee world.
Okay. That's a good preview. I think the best evidence of the work that you've done, and you can call it out when you see it, can be found in a live fire exercise. So we're going to go there right now. We're going to go to Cosmo, Friendly Neighborhood Community Manager.
Hey, that guy again.
Gentlemen, real quick, introduce yourselves to our stream audience, talk about what you do at Bungie, and then we'll go and we'll take a look at all of these changes and all these promises that we've made in real time.
Hi, I'm Kevin Yanis. I'm a
Oh, his name's Kevin.
designer here. I work on game modes, ammo system, ranks, things that everyone cares about. And I'm here to talk to you about weapons.
I'm Cosmo, community manager. I'm in charge of taking all of your feedback, writing the TWAB, and telling you new things that's coming to Destiny.
All right, gentlemen. So let's go take a look at a brand new Crucible map. You guys have touched down on destination, and this is an educational ceasefire. What would you like to do in order to help us with a little proof of concept before we actually get into the fight?
Yeah, so we're gonna demonstrate some of the time to kill changes here. Cosmo and I have picked a loadouts here to represent archetypes. I'm running like an aggressive pulse rifle and a nice rapid fire scout rifle.
Yeah, so you're running 2 primaries, right?
Double primary and a sweet new sword.
And you loaded in with a metric ton of ammo there?
Well, I picked some up.
Oh, well. But you did. Just say you did.
All right, let's shoot some people.
All right, sure. Yeah, I'll start with this aggressive pulse. As you can see here, a 2 burst almost.
Whoa, that's an aggressive pulse.
And then with this rapid fire scout, 5 shots to the head and gone. As you see here, he dropped his special ammo right on the floor for everyone to see. How about yourself, Mr. Cosmo Man?
All right. Got this nice assault rifle.
21 to the head.
The body shots.
The body system seems...
That's me and you, dude.
Yeah, that's
And also got, is this the aggressive hand
It's an
cannon?
aggressive hand cannon.
So I can just kind of 1 and then,
2 and then 3. Gonzo.
Oof. There's the 3 tap.
Spicy.
Oh!
The
2
3
body.
tap is real.
2 body,
2
1
body,
head.
1 hit? What?
All right, so before we get into the fight, unless there's anything else you want to show us at point blank,
Yeah, sure.
why don't you guys go into your build and configure yourselves for a couple of exhibition matches of Clash and talk to our friends who are watching from home or wherever they find themselves about what decisions you're making and exactly what role you want to play in combat.
So I'm gonna run a double primary build here, and I'm gonna be running a new weapon, Luna's Howl, and I'm gonna run a bow actually here. So I'm gonna run this brand new exotic bow, Wish Ender, with a sword as my backup.
Bows and swords. Boards.
All right. So I got this Better Devils.
Better Devils.
Got a pretty good roll on it, right?
Yeah.
You know,
Kill clip?
Kill clip outlaw. I'm gonna be running Badlander shotgun in my 2nd slot, and then I got this 2-tailed fox you might recognize from a little video we showed out, shooting the 2 rockets.
Hey, Cosmo, I noticed that you're running Icarus on your Better Devils there. Can you give a demonstration of that? I had some people asking about that one.
Yeah, so I got the Icarus. So as you can see, when I jump, that aimer stays pretty tight, right?
Ooh.
It's pretty tight. Wow, that was
Well,
terrible.
70 to the head with Better Devils. So yeah, definitely 3 tap.
You weren't even aiming.
I got it.
at
I got it.
Go Death Blossom, Cosmo. Go Death Blossom. There we go.
Is there a better Cosmo that drops?
All right, all right. Are we ready to fight?
I think we're ready to fight.
All right, then game on.
Oh no, that's not.
What is going on?
Let's try that again.
It's a nice hand cannon. Oh, they just went
All
straight
right,
to
we
like...
are in combat. Our combatants
Game
are
audio.
muted. We're going to listen to the designers. And gentlemen, when you see a product of your labor, something you're proud of, something you're excited about, Let's call it out. This is why we're fighting today, is to understand how year 2 will change the way we fight.
Oh, the one that sees the walls.
Yeah. So he's using that Witch Ender to find targets behind walls. Smart.
You actually went to an archery range to learn about the mechanics of bows and how they feel in the hands of a player, didn't you?
They did. I was out that day. I'm still grumpy about it.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I chose tacos instead.
Wow.
tacos instead of bows, huh?
This is one of the new maps as well.
Yes.
Oh,
God,
you didn't even get to see it.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
What happened to him? It happened so
He
fast.
tried to use spectral blades, but
I blinked.
Yeah,
So did he.
he got murked.
It's a very
D1 hand
interesting
cannon
hand
model? Yeah, it's the
cannon
D1
that,
hand cannon model.
Giannis is using right now.
Ooh, nice slide.
Precision,
Oh.
precision family hand cannon.
Hey, Kevin. Did we increase respawn? Oh, you're private matching. Okay.
He's not mic'd also, so.
Yeah, so he said it was a private match. In case you didn't pick up on it.
So we changed the respawn in our private match to keep the emphasis on action instead of waiting to come back to life.
One of the things we're talking about, you know, it's you touch one thing, it all breaks and it all changes. And I know we play with various we play with various respawn times as well. And Kevin can tell us.
Yeah, they should
where we
switch to a
ended
different
up.
player.
It was one of the things that you're like, oh, when you do this, that also means, you know, the speed at which you can take control points might have to change. The speed at which you respawn might have to change.
125.
Look at
I
that.
think earlier
For
there
the
was
bullies. That's pretty nice.
Archfighter melee attack there. Oh, you can see if that target
There
got
he is.
away.
There
He's
he
running
is.
away. He doesn't know where he is. He's gonna pursue. Oh, it's 2 of them now.
Some poor cabal locked
at
into
that.
that cabal
Ooh.
ball.
It's all about information. Ooh, and aiming. Aiming is also just as important.
All about player feedback, right? It should be said
Ooh.
that
Whoa, there's Thunder Crash. Did he get no one? Oh, he got 2!
Yeah, man, you stuck off with the Thunder Crash. Jeez.
Kevin could have killed him before he did it.
Yep, he could have been the hero. Instead, he was the 0. Oh, where's the Icarus? Need Icarus on that.
Oh, he used up the special ammo.
Everybody's dropping special ammo because one of the way we're handling special ammo is you spawn with, and when you die, you drop everything you had. But of course, you spawn back with it, and so the game constantly stays fed with green.
And Kevin's not picking that up because he's not running special.
Kevin's not running special, so he doesn't have a use
look
for
at
it.
that. They're just holding hands.
Yeah,
But his
they're just-
teammates do.
They're
and
just daisy chained.
his teammates
Ooh.
can come pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see all the information he's getting here from the
Oh!
Witch Ender, telling him about targets behind
Those
walls.
bows are gonna be so much
He
fun.
didn't see that.
Didn't tell him about that rocket.
The Wish
Yeah,
Ender
it's,
did not tell him that
yeah.
someone's about to shoot a rocket at you.
Yep, the wish was ended, that's for sure. Yeah.
Oh, sniper.
Sniper, yeah.
Oh.
So you gotta start watching lanes for those again.
Yeah.
More frequently. that
Almost
is, yeah.
guaranteed to have ammo
Yeah.
for it.
But this thing
Yeah, it's
looks
definitely,
nice.
we keep finding a high risk, high reward.
This thing
You get a
looks
couple
very
headshots,
nice.
But you still gotta follow through and pick up that ammo if you want to keep it going. So you need to think carefully about your loadout.
I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Make you able to follow through how well.
Yeah, one of the big changes that we're happy with this ammo model is because there aren't crates for them in the world, and because they drop on the corpses of your enemies. It means if you just randomly snipe into a crowd, you just produce more special ammo for his buddies, and or made it extremely hard for you to go get. And so thinking about what you're doing matters a lot more.
Kevin ran into a rift earlier, so it's a good segue there. So we also
Oh, is that
touched-
sniper?